like the Molly's game, almost thing, like the underground sort of poker thing going on. And she has also like the fake accent, which I think was Katie Sackhoff's normal voice, maybe a bit more like a bit of like a southern accent or something chucked in there. But Katie Sackhoff is American. Oh, I think she's American or Canadian, one of the two. She's not British like Amina Black is. So I don't know if that was her normal voice. It most likely was, maybe with a bit of a twist. But it was cool when she shot her shards and turned into a boomerang. I almost felt like that was a touch to Captain Boomerang because it's a character that, like, let's be honest, was wasted in the Arrowverse. Like, they haven't really handled Captain Boomerang that well. I really think if they could go back and change what they did with Captain Boomerang, they would. But it was cool seeing the shards turn into a boomerang and come back. Now, one thing that highlights something that's going to be happening in most likely the next episode, but also possibly the finale, is Barry trying to protect the others around him. So in this episode, it's specifically about Iris. So Barry trying to protect Iris by trying to delay her the article that she was reporting earlier on in the episode. Now, I thought this was going to happen. I thought the article was going to be delayed completely, and it might be something that happens, in the finale or something like that. But it does get launched. Eventually, it just comes down to a point where Iris was right. I guess they just wrote it that way. Anyway, so Iris was right come the end of the episode, so Barry's like, just go ahead, post it. And it ends with Central City being like, we saw DeVoe here. It's basically just like a blog update sort of thing, and like a notification system, basically. So they don't have to rely on their technology to find someone that is basically being untraceable. They can rely on the people in Central City to be like, I saw DeVoe here, I saw DeVoe there, at this certain time. And they can basically put up like a map essentially of where he's been and where maybe he's frequenting at most points of the day, and then figure out where he's possibly going to be launching the satellites from, or where he's based, all that stuff. It was fun having Aminet in Star Labs. Now, a lot of people don't really like the character. I think she's fun. She's eccentric. She's just one of those. She is basically a comic book character, just over the top. And I like that. I don't like it when it's everything, serious. Everyone doesn't like the tone of the Flash's season. Yeah, in some areas it's a bit of an issue, but I think Amina Black, she's in one episode every how many? She's been how many episodes a season? Not that many. I think what she brings to the show is just a bit of fun, especially for this episode where not much happened. I thought it was fun having Amina in the episode, especially her in Star Labs, interacting with everyone in there, especially when she went to Barry and was like, dude, you're the speedster that was in Iron Heights before. This outfit isn't working, which I think is a common joke between people that watch the show. So much of Barry's face is exposed. It's heaps of it is exposed. So it's not too much of a guess, and the eyes are really wide as well. If anyone knew Barry and he was standing still, they should be able to pick out that he's the Flash. Now, this doesn't come as too much of a surprise because it was sort of in the promo images for this episode, but we do see Caitlin going to Aminet for help about bringing back out Killer Frost. And she says, if you help me, Aminet, Killer Frost will do one job for you. And, Killer Frost is pretty powerful, so Aminet's probably thinking, that's a pretty good deal because, you could assign a pretty big task or mission to Killer Frost and she would most likely get it done. But we do find out that this whole splicer thing that Aminet had was a placebo effect. So basically, placebo is there was a movie that a lot of people, I can't remember what movie it was, but essentially it's just giving someone something and telling them that it does something, but it's really just them inside that's making that thing happen because they think what they're taking or what they're using is doing it. So a lot of the time it's it can be anxiety and stuff like that, or nerves and stuff like that. They'll give you pills, and the pills are basically just sugar pills. They're nothing. They literally have nothing in them, just sugar pills. Sort of like a Tic Tac, if you want to call it. But they're nothing pills, and it's yourself that's making that thing happen. So if it's anxiety, it's you making your anxiety come down, or even just nerves and stuff like that. So placebo is basically a fake. That's the best way to put it. I think they even say that on the show. Norvalk was in this episode, and we've hardly had any Norvalk this season. Earlier on, right before even season 1 came out, I was interested in what they were going to do with the Norvalk character, because Norvalk in the comics is the gang boss that DeVoe is a lawyer for. That leads to him becoming the Thinker. It's weird. And that's obviously why they've included him in this season, because he's got
what in the world is a ref doing? Bro,
jump. They've obviously changed him
to
fit this season. The whole snake eye venom thing is just crazy, but it's just the crazy you want. You'd expect some weird meta sort of abilities like that. So, yeah, we haven't really seen two out there meta abilities, but a fake guy coming out with a tentacle with Venom. Crazy. But essentially, obviously, because he portrays Amunet, the Team Flash and Amunet go after him. And we see Barry sprayed by the Venom. Now, this was actually a cool throwback to Season 1, because I think it's the only time we've seen it. Let me know in the comments if I'm wrong about that. But Barry phasing to let something come out of him, because we saw that happen with the mist stuff. When he got infected by that, I'm pretty sure. He phased and the mist stuff came out. I'm trying to think if there's another example of him, like phasing to let some sort of like toxin or something come out of his body. I know he phased to like get out of Captain Cold's ice before, but I think the mist episode from Season 1 was the only other time where Barry sort of like phased to let something come out of him. I don't know if I'm wrong about that. But honestly, it didn't come as too much of a surprise that Amunet bailed, because, well, we just know that she wasn't in the last 2 episodes. So I was like wondering, okay, what's going to happen here with Amunet? Is she actually going to stay, or is she going to be like undercover, or she'll give some advice to Team Flash? But she just bailed with the metal tornado, which is pretty insane. But she did give Caitlin the ball of the shards and stuff. Now in the promo pictures for next episode, we do see that Caitlin has like a gauntlet something on one hand. Now, obviously, this is to shoot those things. I'm guessing that's exactly what it was.
Go, bro, just sit in the
pen.
Go, stupid ref.
It looks like Captain Cold's gun.
Oh, man,
the design of it. But it's obviously going to have some way to shoot those little shard things, I'm guessing. We'll have to wait and see, but that's most likely what it is. But because Harry put himself in DeVoe's shoes, he realizes why DeVoe isn't launched his Enlightenment plan yet, and that's because Marlies is gone, you know? So, Team Flash has now realized that, and obviously they're going to use that to their advantage. DeVoe's in next episode, wasn't in this episode at all. But yeah, we'll talk about this episode in a second in regards to all of it and why certain things happen, but yeah, I wasn't really expecting DeVoe in this episode for the most part. Maybe an end credit scene, but we didn't get it. But overall, this episode it's the classic episode we always get towards the season of The Flash. So in Season 1, we had like the Rogue Air episode. In Season 2, what do we have in Season 2? Can't remember where in Season 2, but there was a filler episode towards the end of that one. I can't remember what it was exactly. And then last season you could argue one of these episodes was a filler. It was one where Barry lost his memory, but I thought that made sense for the Savitar storyline. But it was episode 22, I think it was, where Captain Cold's in it. That episode for the most part was filler. So you always get an episode like that towards the end of the season. And unfortunately, this episode was that episode. Was it bad? It wasn't that bad. Like, I thought it still had some fun moments. I just think because it's towards the end of the season, the people expected a lot more. But as I said, we get it every single season, so you should be used to it by now. But yeah, it wasn't the greatest episode in regards to its place in the season. But I thought having Amunet there was fun. The Council of Harrisons was pretty fun for the most part. Some Irish stuff with the journalism was pretty good, even though some other scenes around that maybe weren't the best. But just moving that storyline along was good. The Caitlin stuff as well, which is going to progress into next episode, as well as Season 5 most likely, with the placebo effect. Next episode mainly for that shooting thing, that's why Caitlin's out in the field, and then the whole placebo effect, and that excuse as to what was going on there.
Pedigree.
That's going to move into Season 5 and maybe the finale of this episode. So, usually this filler episode that we get towards the end of the season is either to wrap up some stuff that's been set up earlier in the season, or it's to set some stuff up for the next 2 episodes or the finale or even next season. That's what they do with this episode. We get it every single season, so shouldn't be too surprised. It's just I know a lot of people are going to be complaining about the episode, unfortunately, but I'm used to it by now, and hopefully most of you are as well. But thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, it'd be awesome if you could drop a like on the video to show your support. Let me know in the comment section down below your various opinions on this episode. What did you love? What did you hate? All of that. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. I'll catch you later, guys. Goodbye.
Uh-oh. Cass fell through the what's called it. Oh, he's right there. He's up. Uh-oh.
Zeroing in on Rusev. And a kick right to the face. The Bulgarian still standing. Daniel Bryan again. Running on pure emotion and adrenaline, but yeah, you get the wounds of battle. This past Sunday, Big Cass did a number on Daniel Bryan. I know Daniel's tough and there's no quit, but he is still human. I just can't believe the performance we are seeing from Daniel Bryan after getting absolutely dismantled by Big Cass on Sunday night. Going up to the top turnbuckle and Rusev set for a ride.
I think awesome.
And it's a lot about the heart, a lot about the passion that Daniel Bryan carries with him every single day.
That's a good point.
And now, the yes kicks. Rusev better get out of the way quick. Well, Rusev able to get away. Now trying to set up the accolade. Look at Daniel Bryan.
Look, you know, bro. Before he reverses on you, whoever come back and combat, there you go. You could at least jump, put both of them to the floor. Chair.
Right to the neck. Daniel Bryan's down. Rusev the cover and a kick out. And saved by Aiden English. Rusev saved here by his buddy. Wait a minute, incoming! Oh, and both taken out by Bryan. A wise move by Daniel Bryan. Take out the distraction and refocus on Rusev. Off the apron, the knee! Cow! The knee to Rusev!
See you, know. That's the moment.
Sense of urgency here on Rusev. Tosses him back inside the ring. Undeterred focus by Daniel Bryan. Top turnbuckle here measuring Rusev.
Ooh. Take over, Cass. Take over, Cass.
Feet right through the chest of Rusev.
You can get your butt up and try to say.
Is Daniel Bryan about to head to Money in the Bank?
Yeah, do that. Nothing.
I think there's one answer, Corey. Thought about the and caught one instead right in the ribs. Right to the injured ribs. Look at the eyes of Rusev. Oh, Oscar kick. Rusev, is he going to Money in the Bank? Yes, he is. Here is your winner, Rusev. Daniel Bryan gave it everything he had, but alas, the beatings, the suffering over the past several weeks was just too much for Bryan's body to take tonight.
Look, this is
come on and fight back. We'll start it over again. We'll take it right.
You keep missing, man.
That's the queen we know.
So still didn't get no
Wait a
winner.
minute. Great evasion by Royce. Royce went with a kick there, and now Charlotte trying to secure the cover here, and Peyton finds a way out.
Oh, match over. Now let's not want to rematch it.
Belly to back suplex for Charlotte Flair and a kip up. Peyton Royce in some serious trouble now. Now trying to set up for the figure four here, and Peyton Royce got out of the ring.